Good.
Okay, I understand we're live on YouTube and Instagram, and
everyone can hear and see.
Everybody can hear and see me. Show of hands. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, we can see it. And let me tell you what this is all about. For those of you on YouTube, you know that my team normally drops a new video every Thursday. We're not going to do that today. Today it's going to be a live for about a half an hour. I want to just let you all know what we got in store for 2022. Hopefully it's going to be a big year for us. We got a lot of things that we're launching. Wanted to put you up to date on that. Wanted to wish you all, obviously, a happy holiday. And also, we're going to leave some time for some questions at the end. So let me get right into it. A lot of things I'm excited about, for 2022. I got a great team of people working for me, and we've done so much work in the past couple of months to get ready for 2022. So I want to talk about some of those things so you know where it's at with Michael Franzese and my brand and my team and everything else that's going on. First thing I want to talk to you about, and I'm so excited about this, it was an opportunity that's come to me in the past year. It came to me from one of my people in my inner circle. For those of you that don't know about that, we'll speak about that, but it's a community that I've put together, people that are really benefiting by it. And this young man came to me with an opportunity that was an offer I just couldn't refuse. We got together on it, and I'm kind of introducing it today. Very excited about it, something special. Hopefully all of you are going to enjoy it. And that is, there now will be a Michael Franzese brand wine. And here it is. This is the first bottle. It's hot off the press, as they say. As a matter of fact, the first shipment of a number of bottles, thousands of bottles, just hit the port here in America yesterday, I believe. So we're very excited about that. And I want to tell you a little bit about it. Now, this wine, and I've had a lot of people come to me for different ideas with wine, but this is the one I chose. And I'm going to tell you why. We have 3 bottles right now, 3 different brands, 3 different kinds, I should say. And this wine is from Armenia. That's right, Armenia. Now, why did I select Armenia? I'm going to tell you why. It's because of the history. The history seemed to align itself with my history. That's number one. And then, of course, for the taste. Once you get intrigued in what the wine is all about, you want it to taste right. So for me, it checks all the boxes. And the region Armenia, some of you may not know this, but the very first vineyards, the very first wine in all of civilization was produced in Armenia. And that happened when Noah's Ark landed. It landed, or I should say when it came to ground, it was in Armenia. And that was the first time right after that, when people settled again, they started to grow vineyards or started to have vineyards in Armenia. And so the history is there. It's kind of like, it's a transforming time in the history of civilization. And, for those of you that know me, my life has kind of been transformed by the grace of God. Very, very fortunate that I'm even here today and been able to talk to you, so that it really matched up. And it got me so excited when I heard the story about it. It just fit me. And then again, when I was given the wine to taste, I'm a wine drinker. I enjoy it very much. And this would just pass the test. It was great. And this is a Malbec. This is my favorite. I kind of like the drier wines, a Malbec. This here we have a nice dinner wine, after dinner wine, really good, a little bit sweeter, but delicious. And then we have a white, a lighter side for that, lunchtime, whatever, with fish and everything you enjoy very much. But I know you're going to love it. We're very excited about it. We're going to be launching this the middle of January, next month. Like I said, first shipments just came in. Now I have a special offer for all of you, and that is this. For anybody that opts in today, and you can jump on the link that we have posted here. If you opt in today, whoever orders the wine is going to get immediately a 30% discount. 30%, no matter how many of you come in, 1,000, 500, 10,000, whatever it is, you get a 30% discount on your first order for anybody that opts in today. And in addition, for the first 100 people that opt in, you're going to get a bottle signed by me. I'm going to autograph it. Hopefully that'll mean something to you, because I care about all of you that enjoy my content. So that's it. You're going to hear a lot more about this. We have our website just about ready to go up. We've got so many things that we're going to be expressing here. We've got other wines coming in. We have a Pinot coming in. We have a lot. And we're really going to build this. And we got something special even more in this whole package. But I'm going to get to that when we get it. And that's coming soon, too. So hopefully you're going to enjoy this. Again, Michael Franzese wine. I hope you enjoy that bottle. This is a Malbec. This is an after dinner wine. And this is a white wine. wine. So remember what I said. If you opt in right now, you can go to the link below and opt in. You got a 30% discount on your first order, no matter how many of you opt in. That's my gift to you. It's a Christmas present. It's a thank you present for coming in. I know you're going to enjoy the wine. We want to hear your feedback on it. It's very important to us because we're always out to please. Again, very special offer for the very first 100 people that opt in. Each bottle is going to be autographed by me, and that'll be me personally. So, first 100 people that opt in. So that's it. So that's the first thing that I'm very excited about that I wanted to share with you. I'm going to leave this on the side here. Hope you can still see it. I'll put one bottle here, one bottle here. And yeah, I enjoy my wine, people. We're allowed to drink wine. Even Christians are allowed to drink wine. We don't get drunk. We don't abuse it, but we enjoy it. Dinner is so calming, relaxing. It's great. And you know, the story behind the wine and my story is right here on the back label of all of these bottles. And I think you're going to enjoy it. You're going to see why I picked this wine. So that's it, Michael Franzese wine. A couple other things that we got going. I'm very excited about it. And I want to tell you what we got for next year. I have a new book coming out. It's called A Mafia Democracy. It should be out in February. That's the way it's scheduled to come out now. You'll start to hear about it and see about it after the first of the year. I'm excited about the book, people. And the reason I wrote this book is because I am concerned about the condition of our government today. Unfortunately for me, it's acting too much like we would act on the street in my former life. And this is not a gimmicky book. This is reality. You're going to see it. You're going to feel it. You're going to understand it. And the reason I wrote the book is because I want to enlighten people. You know, there are powers in number. At the voting booth, even though we had, talk about fraud and all that, forget that a minute. At the voting booth, we have power. We got to put the right people in office, and we have to let our system of government operate it as it was intended to operate by our founding fathers. And I think you're going to enjoy the book. And again, it's going to be released in February. Listen up. You'll hear a lot about it in the coming weeks. Next, my television show. For those of you that are not aware about it, not aware of it, we have a TV series in very active development. As a matter of fact, right now they are casting the role of Michael. Michael and Sonny are the two primary roles. They're casting the role of Michael. We think that should be wrapped up in the next couple of weeks, and then there will be an announcement by Kennedy Marshall. That's the production company, huge company. I'm very excited. Ron Shelton is the writer, A-list Hollywood writer. Just a magnificent guy, and he's done a brilliant job on creating this story. It's true to life story. I think you're going to love it. And you're going to hear about it and see it, probably go into production the early part or middle of next year. So look forward to that. We don't have a title yet. The working title is The Michael Franzese Story. So that's that. What next do we have? For those of you that are not aware of the Inner Circle, michaelfranzese.com, you can go on and you can take a look at it. I have crew and I have an Inner Circle. And my crew right now consists of thousands of people that opt in and get content that we provide to them that will help them really better their lives. That's what it's all about. For those of you that do know me, for the last 25 years, I've been speaking all over the world. I've got a ministry. I've been doing things to encourage people, to give them hope, using my life as an example of people that can make a change in their life and can go on to do better. And we put a lot of content in there for our crew, a lot of things that have been very exciting. We've gotten tremendous feedback, and it's really grown in leaps and bounds in the past year. An extension of that is my Inner Circle, and that's a special group of people. And again, that's growing. We have several hundred in there now. It's a special group of people that get access to me. We do Zoom calls 2 or 3 times a month. We have a lot of content that we put in. We create workshops on leadership, on business skills, on life skills. We do all of that. And one of the things that we introduced today, just today, to our Inner Circle is a course on negotiation. Very complete course that we spent hundreds of hours developing, and I think it's going to be a tremendous benefit for all those who negotiate in their life. And you don't realize, people, we negotiate on something every day of our life with almost everyone that we meet, with our spouses, with our children, with our neighbors, with people that we meet, people that we do business with, our employers, our employees. We're always negotiating. And while I was on the street, it was a major part of my life. I was constantly in negotiation, both in the business world and in the mob world at that time, and sometimes some very serious negotiations that I've had with the likes of John Gotti and the federal government and people of substance. So all the knowledge and skills and expertise that I had throughout my life that I have learned, we put into this course. And our inner circle is getting a look at it today. It's gone in there. It's live today for them to look, and I know they're going to benefit from it. And we're introducing this course to the world in the next couple of weeks. It's a big launch. I think you're going to love it. So hopefully you're going to enjoy that too. So that's another thing. Next, Slices Pizza. Everybody asked me about it. Well, I want you to see it. We're now just about 9 stores that will be open in the next couple of weeks in total. Here's Slices. I think you're familiar with the box. For those of you who have spoken about this a long time, little special today. Some of the guys in the office are going to have a slice. Take a look at that pizza. That's something you've never seen before. That's fresh clams on pizza. And of course, pepperoni, everybody's familiar with that. Usually the most popular, but the clam pizza you will enjoy. We got 13 different types of pizza. We're franchising all over the country, all over the world eventually. And this is from our store in Newport Beach. My son is the chef there. He does a great job. But Slices Pizza, you're going to see it all over the country soon. We're going to be expanding in a big way. Yes, it's a franchise. For those of you that might be interested in it, you can go online, slicesusa.com, get all the information that you want to get regarding the franchise. So that's another big launch that we're going to be doing this coming year. What did I miss? I got my team here with me.
Mafia States of America.
Oh, how could I miss this? Sammy Gravano, Mafia States of America. I don't know if all of you have seen that yet. You probably haven't. But if you go on the website, Mafia States of America, I think there might be a link posted. You are going to see an epic sit-down, a real-life sit-down between 2 made men. I was a cop regime. Sammy, as you know, was the underboss. And we had a several-hour sit-down, and we talk about our different perspectives on that life. I'm going to be honest with you. It got heated at times. He and I have a different perspective on things. It did get heated at times. But I think you're going to see what it's really all about. I think they're posting it on the screen right now. You can see it. There's 10 episodes. 10 episodes. We did this for a long time. And also Rudy Giuliani, who was the big mob-busting prosecutor who introduced the racketeering laws back in New York and devastated that life to a great degree. There's a lengthy interview with him. He gives his perspective also. Chaz Palminteri, my dear friend, who I've interviewed on my show a few times. He is the MC, the host of it, and obviously he does a great job, Bronx Tale. He knows the life pretty well. And so it's the production value is tremendous on it. They spent a lot of money. Patrick Bet-David from Valuetainment, I think you know about it. He doesn't spare a dime when he does things. He did a tremendous job on it. So go on there, Mafia States of America. We also have 2 courses available. A course that I developed, a business course with Patrick Bet-David, and Sammy Gravano has his course available to you. I think there's shirts and mugs and all sorts of memorabilia involved in it. Be a great Christmas present for somebody. It's selling pretty well now, so I think you'll enjoy it. And that's it. So that's another big launch. What else do we have? Am I missing anything?
Tours.
Oh, how could I forget? For the past 25 years, I've been touring the world. I've been all over. I've been to Singapore, to Malaysia, to the United Kingdom, to France, to Australia. What am I missing? Canada, the islands, everywhere. And of course, in every major city throughout the United States. And I've been telling my story and talking about things that people really want to hear and enjoy. Well, this year, last year as a result of COVID, in 2020, we got fairly well shut down. I had like 42 dates canceled. This year, many of them came back. But for 2022, my tour schedule is jammed. I have 25 dates in the United Kingdom. I have 2 dates in Copenhagen. I've been invited to Serbia and to Russia, and we're working on those things now. And I have major tours going on in the United States. The first one is going to be in Warren, Michigan on January 29th. Tickets are going pretty well. I'm going to be at the Andiamo Theater. That's in Warren, Michigan, just outside of Detroit. Tickets are available on Ticketron, or you can go on the Andiamo showroom website. You'll save a few bucks from Ticketron if you do that. But it's going to be a great night. We got VIP deals there going on where you're going to get to sit with me, talk to me, take a picture of me, get a copy of my book, maybe have a drink of wine. I'm going to be bringing that too. But it's going to be a great night, and I'll be on tour all over the United States. I have something that it's not done yet, but it looks like it may happen, where Rudy Giuliani and I are going to be sitting down in the same place in a venue in New York. And I guarantee that's going to be an epic evening. You know, he was an enemy of mine at one time. I was somebody that he heavily targeted for prosecution, put me on trial for several months. Well, things have changed over the past 30 years between Rudy and I. And I think you're going to enjoy a sit down if it comes to pass, and it looks like it's happening. So a lot of great things, you know, for me. I've been extremely blessed, very, very fortunate, you know, that these opportunities are available to me. We're going to try to make the most of them. But always, you know, on my YouTube channel, we try to give you, you know, entertainment that you like. I know you like hearing about these stories, but we also like to give a message of encouragement and hope, because there's always something that you can gain or learn out of something that you hear. So that's what we're all about here. We try to give you the best content we possibly can. We put a lot of work into it. I've got the greatest team in the world. I mean it. They're just so on target. We're growing. We're actually outgrowing ourselves at this point with all the opportunities that are coming to us and that we're able to put together. So these are some of the exciting things. I want to ask you this. You know, it's the end of the year, and it's an important time to think about what your goals are, what you want to do for 2022. I just laid out what mine are, you know, as far as my business is concerned. What are your goals? You know, it's really time to think about that and get yourself ready to 2022 and be as productive as you possibly can. You know, one of the things that really struck me in my sit down with Chaz Palminteri, something that he said really hit home. And that is there's nothing worse than a wasted life or a wasted talent. And if you've been, you know, sluggish or laxed in whatever your goals might have been up until this point, I think it's a good time to make a resolution that you're going to keep and say, you know what, 2022 is going to be my year. I'm going to really put the pedal to the metal, and I'm going to try to accomplish goals that I set out for myself. We've come out of some rough times. We're still not fully out of this pandemic. I get it. The politics are driving everybody crazy. I understand it. Small businesses are suffering. It's a tough time. But it's still not an excuse to try not to do better. We always have to be moving forward and doing better, regardless of the obstacles, regardless of the circumstances. So I want to encourage you now. Set your goals, be determined to make them, overcome the obstacles, don't give up, don't quit. And I guarantee that you'll be better off than you were if you didn't do those things. So that's about it. Again, I'm so excited about this one. I got to keep it. I really mean it. I'm so excited about it. I'm more excited, or just as excited, about the people that I'm involved with. You know, it's so important to surround yourself with the right people. And the young man, you know, the young Armenian man that brought this wine opportunity to me is doing a fantastic job. And, you know, we pray that we're going to have a banner year with it and that people are going to enjoy it. That's it. I mean, we're doing it for your enjoyment also. So very excited about it. Watch for it. Remember what I said again. If you opt in today, you get 30% off of your first order. Doesn't matter if one person opts in, 10, 100, 1,000, 100,000. Doesn't matter. 30% off your offer. And the first 100 people that opt in, and you'll know who you are going to get a signed bottle from me. All 3 bottles, or as many bottles as you order. They'll be signed by me personally. So, and we might even stick something else in there as a little goodie, you know, for all of you. So that's about it. We laid out our goals. Hope you're going to continue to be tuned in. Hope you're going to follow us. We appreciate that. We only exist because of all of you. If you weren't enjoying the content and the things that we're putting out, we wouldn't be there. So we're very, very appreciative. We're out to do our best to please you, to inform you, to educate you, and to entertain you, and to give you something to enjoy. You got wine and pizza. What's better than that, right? Okay. So now we're going to take a couple of questions. And let me see what we got. You know, I know we get so many questions. This thing moves up and down so fast. So Kurt, my team, is going to help me here by putting it in front of me. All right. So let me rattle off a couple. When can we expect the wine to launch? We expect it around mid-January. I think that's good. It just arrived at the port. We have, I think, 45,000 bottles coming in. And I think the first shipment arrived at the port today. In Houston, believe it or not, we couldn't get it into LA or any place in California because of the supply chain issues we're all familiar with. But we hope to have everything. We start shipping by the middle of January. That's the plan. What made me choose Armenian wine? I told you, Armenian vineyard. First of all, the wine is great. It really is. I enjoyed it very much. And I love the story behind it. And I love to support things that have a great story behind it. It's encouraging. It's a transforming story. The world was transformed after Noah's Ark. And this vineyard is a symbol of that. and civilization reawoke, began again. And it's kind of my life beginning again, after I was fortunate enough to be transformed and brought out of a tough lifestyle and be given a second opportunity in this life. So that's the reason why, and I'm very proud of it, and I hope you all enjoy it. And I want you to read the label, read the story behind it. You'll see for it yourself. And what is your favorite wine, and what kind will you have? We're going to have everything. Right now, we're enjoying a Malbec. It's one of the greatest wines coming out of Armenia. We have a Pinot Noir coming in soon. We got a white. We got a dinner wine. We have a white wine. We're going to have everything, and this is going to grow. We're going to see what you people like, and we're going to try to give you really what you like. And the consumers will let us know what they enjoy best, and that's how we'll choose this. And we're going to go direct to consumer in the beginning. So you people that opt in first, like I said, 30% off, no matter what it is. You got it. Okay. What will you do to celebrate at 1 million subscribers? You know what? We're going to have a big giveaway. I promise you, it'll be a huge giveaway at 1 million. We're not there yet. We should hit it if things continue and we keep getting your support and you keep enjoying the content. It's on us to provide the right content. We should be doing that. We should be getting to the million early, at least by the middle of next year, if not sooner. We're moving in that direction now. I think we're well over 700,000, approaching 800,000. So it's moving pretty well. But there will be, I'm not going to announce it yet, but it's going to be a huge one. I promise you that. We're going to have a big one coming up soon. We're hitting a number that we're going to have a giveaway soon. So stay tuned. You'll see us on YouTube. Follow me on Instagram. You'll stay tuned. If you're not a subscriber on Instagram, please do subscribe. The same on YouTube. We appreciate the subscribers. You get to know things first. You can get to message me personally, a lot of things like that. So subscribe. We appreciate it. How was it working with Sammy and Patrick on Mafia States of America? It was an experience, I can tell you this. Sammy and I, we bucked heads at times, and but it was real. This was not scripted. I want you to understand that. And all in all, I would consider it a great experience. Sammy and I didn't know each other real well. We didn't know each other at all, I should say, on the street. We got to know each other pretty well now. It was an experience, let me put it that way. And sometimes enjoyable, other times, got a little bit heated, but all in all, it wasn't too bad. It really wasn't. Will Mafia States ever be on a streaming platform? It's a very real possibility. I know we're getting offers because the production value has been so great on it. Some of the big guys are looking at it right now. That's a Patrick Bet-David decision. But right now it's selling well on the platform that he has it on. It's available to, people all over the world. And there's been a big appetite for this. And I want you to understand, Patrick spent a lot of money on this. The production value was great. So, I know there was some concerns over the price. I mean, you can buy an individual episode, or I think the whole shebang, 10 hours for $39. It's epic. You're going to have it for the rest of your life if you buy it and you own it. That's it. But the big guys are looking at it. I think maybe down the road, who knows, 6 months, a year from now, 2 years from now, it'll be on a streaming platform. We'll see. Will there be an audio version of A Mafia Democracy? Yes, there will be an audio version, and I will be the audio on it. So that will be coming also. How do you prepare for a sit down? Let me tell you this. You should look into my negotiation course, and I'm going to tell you in that course how to prepare for a sit-down. I also have it in my book. I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. By the way, my books are available on my website, on Amazon, anywhere you want. I have a couple. Blood Covenant is available now. That's my life story. God the Father, that's kind of a ministry tool. I've got thousands of them that I've donated to prisons all across the country. It's a book that's dear to my heart. And for anybody that needs encouragement, God the Father is the book. I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. That's my business book, and it's been translated into, I think, 10 different languages in countries across the world, and it's been a big benefit. People have enjoyed it. Different perspective you see on business coming from me, but we got that. My wife has a book out. I think you'll enjoy that also. She put her heart in that one, and so look for it online, Amazon.com, on my website. You'll find it. Okay, are you going on speaking tours next year? I think I answered that. I'll be big on tour all over the world next year. Many, many cities in the United States, United Kingdom, Copenhagen. I've been invited to Serbia and to Russia and to other places, even Bulgaria. I'm going to visit Armenia, to see my vineyards and see my wine operation there. So I will be touring all over the world. So stay tuned. We're going to be listing a lot of things on the website, michaelfranzese.com. Tune into the website. That's where you go to for the inner circle for my crew, michaelfranzese.com. Who was the most powerful and richest mafia boss? Well, listen, that's kind of subjective. If you go back to, the 1920s, it was Al Capone. He had a lot of money. Luciano at one time, Frank Costello at one time. There's different eras had different bosses of wealth and power. So it's hard to pick just one. We talk about Carlo Gambino being the boss of all bosses. That's not really a true statement. He might have had a little more influence than some of the other bosses, but there is no boss of all bosses. Every family has their own boss, and that's their boss. But throughout history, there's been a lot of powerful guys in that position. Are you in the John Gotti Sammy the Bull documentary on ABC 2020? As of this morning, I am in that documentary. I sat down with ABC this morning for a lengthy interview. I think it's going to be a very interesting documentary. It's 3 hours long. I think Sammy Guarano is the focus of it. But I sat down for a 2-hour interview just now and gave my perspective on the life. And yes, that's on 2020. I think it's going to be released, airing sometime late January, I'm told. I'm not sure about that, but you can certainly find that out on ABC. And it was a pretty epic interview, I'll tell you that. There's some things that I've revealed that I hadn't revealed in prior interviews. So I think you're going to enjoy it. 2020, about Sammy Guarano, but yes, a couple of us have interviewed for it. Okay, can you tell a true story of a sit-down where you protected your crew? You got to come on you got to join my inner circle. And you got to go on my YouTube and subscribe. We tell these stories on YouTube, and they're true to life and they're real. I've told many stories, some life and death stories, where I had to save somebody's life at a sit-down. So go on the YouTube. They're on there already. I think we have 100 and some odd videos on there, so you can look through all of them, and you're going to hear a lot of these stories. They're true to life. You can also go on Sammy's YouTube channel. He tells a lot of stories. He's a good storyteller. So you can take your pick. But I invite you on mine. I think you'll enjoy it. You get a little different perspective of things on my website, on my YouTube channel. Sorry. Do you miss wearing tracksuits in the 80s? I do. They were so comfortable. I love those warm-up suits, during the 80s. We don't wear them now. But yeah, I kind of miss them. I like to dress comfortable. So yeah, I miss them. I enjoyed that era. Did you ever do business with Westchester or Yonkers, New York? I did business in those cities because I had a pretty extensive crew, and it expanded into those cities. But there wasn't a particular crew in there that I did business with. Can a boss get whacked for raising his hand to a made member? The answer is yes. You're never allowed to raise your hand to a made member, not one made member against another. Now, will he definitely get whacked? I don't know. Depends on the politics of the time. But I'll tell you what, it will not be taken very well from many of the members. You're not allowed to raise your hand in that life, not even a boss. He shouldn't do that. He should control himself. And even if it doesn't have an immediate impact on him, it could have an impact on him later on. Because remember something in that life. Your turn is going to come at one point in time. And the way you treated people, the way you acted, how fast you were to judge people is how you're going to be treated later on. So you got to be careful what you do when it comes to one made guy to another. It doesn't matter what position you are. We're all equal in that life. What are your thoughts on the Cold War, and were you and the mob ever concerned about Russian spies or nuclear war? We were as concerned as anybody else. We weren't concerned about Russians spying on us. We had the government spying on us all the time. But I can tell you this, a lot of mob guys, we might have been criminals, but we were very patriotic. What we were going to do with our country is one thing. We didn't want outsiders doing it. So, I can't say that we were, excessively concerned about nuclear war. But we had our concerns like every other American and like every other person in the world about nuclear war. That's the most serious thing you can talk about. So I'm concerned about it today. There is an arms war. China is gearing up. Russia is gearing up. Iran probably is going to have a nuclear weapon unless Israel stops them, because our current government, I don't know what they're going to do. It's different now. So I'm concerned about it now. I'm hearing things in the media that China has the possibility of passing us up militarily in the next 10 years. That's scary. China's our enemy. They're not our friends. I'm not going to get into all the politics, but I'm concerned about it now. I'm a former mob guy concerned about it now. And I'm sure guys in my former life on the street are thinking, the same thing. We're normal people in that regard when it comes to our country, protecting our families. What are your thoughts? Okay, do the mob family still run the construction business or other unions? There's still a presence in the construction business and unions. It's certainly not like it was in my time. The golden years of the mob in New York and probably in all of America were from the 50s to the mid 80s. That's when we controlled so much. We controlled all the labor unions. We had our hand in politics. We had so much going on. It's not the same today. The mob has been weakened. It's not going to go away in my lifetime, but it's certainly not the same. Did you know any Albanians other than John Alite? I didn't know John Alite on the street. I might have knew Albanians. I came across a lot of people. I didn't ask them, hey, what nationality that you are. Doesn't matter to me. I love people of all nationalities, races. John and I did not know each other on the street. We've had one or two, text conversations, but we don't know each other. We're two different families, two different eras. I think I'm 10 or 12 years older than John. So, we had no knowledge. We never came across each other. To my knowledge, I don't remember that at all. So we didn't know each other. Why did the Bonanos keep the name after Joe Bonanno was shunned to Arizona? I don't know. It's not so much we don't give ourselves those names. It's the government that gives us those names. So ask them why they kept Bonanno. I don't know. Why didn't they call it the Messina family? Why was the Colombo family not called the Persico family afterwards? I don't know. Sometimes the names stick, sometimes they don't, Again, it's subjective, and it's really up to the government and the media giving us those names. We don't sit down and name it. All right. Did you ever have dealings in Buffalo or the Montreal Mafia? Never really dealt with Montreal. Met one or two guys from that life during my time. Buffalo, same thing. I went up there a couple of times, did have dealings. Had more dealings or more engagement when I was a recruit, because I used to drive my boss at the time and my Capodegima up to Buffalo. They were doing some business there. So I was in that presence. I didn't really do business in Buffalo. Okay, did you ever have dealings with other crime organizations like the Mexican or Russian Mafia? Never with the Mexicans during my time. We weren't drug dealers. At least I wasn't involved in drugs. And again, I'll say this, and I always take a hit for it because people say, Michael, that's not true. During my time in that life, we were not allowed to deal in drugs. The night I got made, October 31st, 1975, I was told straight out, if you deal with drugs, you die. And so we were not major drug dealers. Were guys doing it at the time on the sneak, on the sly, little deals. We weren't cartels. We weren't big dealers. The Sicilian Mafia was a different organization than Cosa Nostra here in this country. Very similar, but not the same. If you take an oath to be a member of the Mafia in Italy, you're not automatically a member of Cosa Nostra here and vice versa. Obviously similar. We respected them. They respected us. But they dealt in drugs. We did not. We weren't supposed to. So I want to make that clear. Russian Mafia, I dealt with Russians, and I guess you can consider them the Mafia because they were street guys. They were heavy with me in the gas business. They were my partners. They were great partners. I had a great relationship with the Russian guys on the street. For 7 or 8 years, we made a tremendous amount of money together. They were good partners. And so, yes, I did deal with them. What do you think of Bobby Luisi? I like Bobby Luisi a lot. As a matter of fact, I just had a sit down with him. I was on his YouTube platform. He came on mine. You're going to be seeing it soon. Bobby has transformed his life. He's doing the right thing. He's a gentleman. He's out there trying to help people. I happen to like Bobby very much. I wish him nothing but the best. Any way I can support him in what he's doing, I will. We're both of the same faith. He is Christian. I am Christian. Both have been transformed, both trying to do our best. Bobby will tell you this. We're not perfect, but we try to do our best, and we certainly believe that we're better than we were before. And Bobby was a real guy. He was a made guy also. He was made in Philadelphia. Boston was really his town. He had a lot of presence there at one time. His father was a well-respected guy. And so Bobby is a real guy in that life. And like I said, I happen to like him very much. Okay, I think that's about it. There's probably 1,000 more that I can answer. Let me see if I can get one or two more. And then we're going to call it a day. Gosh, they go so fast. There's tons of questions here, I got to tell you. What do we got here?
Do you have any Don Rickles or Joe Scandori stories?
Do I have a Don Rickles story? I met Don at the Copacabana. He knew my dad. I met him on, I think, 2 or 3 occasions. Great guy. I liked him. You know, I was younger when I met him, but I thought he was a great guy. And same with Sammy Davis. Sammy was in a movie that I produced. He was a friend. Loved Sammy. Sinatra, met him many, many times. I was a kid at the Copacabana. My dad knew him well. When I grew up later on, I knew him. You know, I can't say we were close friends or anything like that, but certainly did know him. You know, when Sinatra died, I think it was in '98. It was like the mob era really ended for me. It was like when Old Blue Eyes went, I said, man, it's really over, because he was so much a part of our culture, of our life, of our history. I love his music. I loved everything about him. I had the opportunity to spend a couple of nights at the compound he had in Palm Springs, and it was great. You know, a friend of mine that owns it now invited me and my family. We went there, and we had a great time. Everything was just as Frank left it. I was just nostalgic being there. I enjoyed it very much. One more question. Okay, was La Cosa Nostra and the Sicilian Mafia related? Well, we're related because we're Italian. We're related because we had some interaction in that way. But again, if you take an oath to be a member of the Mafia in Italy, you're not automatically made here in Cosa Nostra in America. They're different organizations, similar in many ways. Obviously, it's born, you know, we were born in America out of the Mafia in Italy. So obviously, we're kindred spirit in that regard. But again, 2 different organizations, and I really want you to understand that. So that's the last question. We can go on and on and on, but that's it. You know, the whole purpose of today was to kind of give you a wrap up of what we're doing in our lives in 2022, the new things that we're introducing that hopefully you're going to enjoy, that hopefully are going to be a benefit to the heart, the soul, the spirit, and the palate with slices and our wine. And again, you know, just asking you that question, you know, what are your goals for 2022? I really do hope that you continue to tune in. We got a team working very hard on providing good content. I want you to stay tuned to all the endeavors. Again, we got a Mafia Democracy, the book coming out in February. We've got the wine being launched in January. We have a television series that'll be announced early in the year and go into production. We've got this great course on negotiation that I know you're going to love. It's going to be a benefit to all of you. We put so much time and effort. Things that you're going to learn in this course, you're not going to learn anywhere else. Trust me that, because this is street knowledge that I was able to put into effect in a legitimate world. You're going to love it. My inner circle, I can only encourage you to join. Ask people that are in the inner circle now. Get testimonials from them. Not only do we do live Zoom calls, I'm doing business with 1 or 2. The wine came from my inner circle. We went into business together, you know. Doesn't happen every day, but it will happen on occasion. We help you strengthen your business skills, your leadership skills. Everybody needs to have leadership skills, because in some way, somehow, you're going to be a leader, whether it be in your own house, your job, on the street, whatever. Leadership skills are important, how you conduct yourself. And then just life skills. So many people come to me with questions about difficulties or problems or situations they've had throughout their lives that maybe I've experienced or one of my team members have, that is so capable in communicating things to you. We have a great staff of people on there. The inner circle is growing. I think it'll be a benefit to you. And we do have live events where you come out and meet me. This year we went on a yacht trip together in Newport Beach. How can you beat that? On a yacht. It was beautiful. We ate dinner. We gave out awards. We got to meet everybody. We're going to be doing that twice a year at least in different parts of the country, so we can accommodate people. We want to make you happy. We want to give you encouragement. You know what? After this pandemic, so many people are thanking me, Michael, this community that we created. People are bonding with one another, encouraging one another, sharing ideas with one another. For those of you that are of faith, we're even offering a Bible study for people to sit down. I'm going to lead it at times. Some of my team members will. We're trying to be, almost one-stop shopping, full service for people that need, somebody in their life to assist them. And I'll tell you, in this life, people, you're only as good as the people that you have around you. And we're creating good people. We're bringing in good people. And that's who it's for. And maybe not be for everybody, but the people we have in there, we're very proud to have in there. So that's about it. I don't think I missed anything. I think I got everything. Once again, I want to thank all of you for tuning in to Instagram and to YouTube, to enjoying our content. Thank you for subscribing. We appreciate it very much. We ask those of you who haven't, jump on and subscribe. I think it'll be a benefit to you. And lastly, to all of you out there, and I sincerely mean this, I want to wish you a very merry, healthy, happy, and blessed Christmas, and an even better new year, because that's a whole year coming up. I wish you nothing but good fortune, health, happiness, encouragement. I hope this is not the last time I see you. For those of you that just tuned in, I hope it's the first of many times. And again, we're on YouTube. We put in a couple of videos every week. We're on Instagram. We're on Facebook and Twitter. We're everywhere. So we're not hard to find. MichaelFranzese.com. Jump on, take a look at the Inner Circle and many of the things that we're offering for all of you. That's it. God bless. Take care. See you next time.
Awesome.
We good?
We are good.